Well, hello there, folks. Let me get some music going here. That's not the music I was looking for at all. There we go. That should be better.
How are we doing today, you might ask? Well, nothing has changed on this live stream. Everything is the same as it usually is, and you guys are helping doing this.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it looks like we even got some music pro. We've had quite the evening, folks. After we're done with you guys, we thought we broke our camera. I had to spend half the day running around Montreal trying to get it. Thank God it was a cable in the end that caused the whole problem. I had to reinstall Windows 3 times. And then get limited monetization before. Well, literally, I hit the button and it turned yellow immediately. And this has been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And funny, we're talking about what we're talking about tonight. I wish they could deal with this problem. But thank you so much for joining us once again. And sorry about that. And for the record, folks, if anyone's wondering, it's not because we're worried about getting our money from the ads or anything like that. Literally, we get a quarter of the push, a third of the push to. It's somewhere in that. It is so much work, especially these nights, to getting all this stuff compiled and that. Xenia, while I was doing that, worked tirelessly all day through everything else you got to do to really get all this information together. And it is disheartening. You get on and right away, YouTube's basically saying, well, we're not going to tell 3/4 of people that would like what you're doing tonight that you're on. So thank you so much for letting us try this over again. We did change some things in the... We're experimenting. Got rid of the old YouTube and anything that's in there. Got rid of the word Google that's in there.
No, maybe don't talk about that right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Well, we are determined to battle the yellow coin, guys, for us and for you, because we have heard that lots of you guys have been battling the same problem. So we're determined to get to know what is behind that. But today we're going to reveal you some brand new, I want to use a word that I can't use, information about the algorithm and how to get your YouTube videos on recommended list, how to bring the value to your videos and what counts, what exactly counts. So for posting your videos, live streams, etc., to be in suggested and recommended videos. And as you all know, that is 70% of all audience from YouTube actually comes from suggested videos. So it is a huge portion of what makes your channel tick, so to say.
Most definitely, guys. This is something for everybody in here. Some myths debunked, some good information, a real insight on what we got to do. And if I may say so, are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this. There you go, folks. There you go. Once again, I noticed right away the number dropped by 10 and stuff like that and everything. I still wonder if it's not more somebody fooling with her.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Now, we have contacted YouTube with regards, once again, for the 15th times, we have contacted YouTube about all the meddling with the channel, including the yellow coin and everything. So we'll see what comes out of that. But the most important part for you guys right now, you are on the mission. This information is super important. We're not only going to share you the information that we got to know, but also how to practically apply it to your channel. So that's the difference from just hearing. You actually will hear it, how to practically do that. And it is important to share it. Your friends, your YouTube creator, fellow YouTube creator is going to thank you for that. So if we can ask you to battle together this yellow coin, you can share it out. We would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You've done that on Monday. Hopefully we can battle it together today as well.
We do, guys, and it is always important. There's never a time where it's not, and we don't want to seem like we're towing with anybody trying to get a. This right now is getting to the point where it's ridiculous, and by doing it, it's not only helping us with this live stream, but it's helped keeping our channel relevant through trying to get this solved. It really does. So we're asking you guys if you can really reach out. Anybody you know, anybody think you would like it, let them know what's going on. Tweeting it out, DM, whatever you can is really greatly appreciated so much. We love doing this kind of stuff with you guys and all that, and want to keep doing it, and we're going to keep doing it. But it's that help really does make a huge difference. So please know, just by being here and hitting the like button already, you're helping a lot. Please know just your presence, and you're going to hear that what we're talking about after, even though we'll be talking, it sounds more general like we're talking about videos, but don't forget these concepts all fall towards live streams as well. So if you guys can just keep that up for us, thank you so very much. It is great to have you all in here. Someone copied one of my videos and put it on their YouTube page. They put a link in the description and they suggested and that then suggested views to my video. I had lots more views. Yeah, but somebody's going to get hit with duplication. The one to put the video up. Big time.
If you're okay with that, I guess it's okay. But really, if they put it without your permission, you can claim the copyright right there.
And not just that, the algorithm can jump in and do a duplication for that one as well. It can happen. So
yeah,
just to be aware. Just to be aware. It's great you're getting more views from it, but it's a practice you want to be just very cautious about, to say the least. It's great to have you all in here once again, folks. Yes, if you just joined us, we realized right off the bat we were yellow coin. So we made a bunch of changes to our thumbnail only to get the yellow coin once again. So we're out of idea, but we're staying on with you guys. We're going to talk. This is too much valuable information to start over again. But like I say, guys, if you can really help us out tonight and get the word out to other people through DMing, messaging, tweeting it out, hitting the like button, just hanging out in here with everybody, that really does make a big difference. Yeah, I know. I know. Believe me. Laura Bruno, how are you? We're doing good. And this doesn't take away. Yes, we're human, guys, just like you guys. You guys come in here sometimes. This is starting to get annoying for sure. You know, especially the work that goes into this show, the Monday night features, because especially Xenia, while I'm doing things, and today was crazy busy. I went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning. Mm-hmm. You know,
trying to fix all our technicalities as well here, guys.
And then ran all day. But Xenia was hot on the ball on this story, watching all the videos, keeping down the notes, getting things all set up, researching back as well. It happens at times where it says yellow, but after get views, it will get changed. Yeah, we had to request. We get them requested, and every time they are. The problem is with that's hard storage, especially is when you have. It's not good for videos as well. If your content is good, it should be left alone in any shape or form. Live streams are extremely hard because we're only on for a short time. Our push compared to a video is very different. That we get a very sharp rise and then a quick drop off. Where videos hopefully will get their 72 hours and start building up some evergreen content on their own. So it is crucial. Like even if we get it a half hour into it, which is not going to happen, but maybe an hour, if we're lucky, very lucky. That's gone because it recommends a lot of live streams to people based on the initial 30 minutes seems to be where you make or break your evening for the most part. So it does have a lot laying onto it. But I see 72 in here. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so very much. That's what I say, guys. But if people are in here, it is going to keep recommending because they're going to think there is something for people to see. So just by hanging out in here, hitting the like button, and if you can let anybody know, it is so appreciate, and tell them to let us know that you recommended them so we can give you guys a big thank you as well. It's great to have you all in here. I'm going to say hi to you all in a minute. We'll get to a few things and we'll jump right into it because you guys definitely more than ever deserve a rockstar welcome for coming back twice in one night and all that, putting up with this. Thank you so much.
Yes, and there you go. You already had some tips on how to do the live stream, and that's a whole separate topic. But Andrew shared some of the information with you as well. So if you are live streaming, that's something to take into account. And we're starting the night on a good note because we can brighten the mood with Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat. Always brightening the mood with Super Chats. Thank you so much to Supernatural Lost Adventures. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Look at all these fantastic folks. Wow, we just dropped almost 18 people in 3 seconds. Wow. Unreal. All right, folks, I think it's time before we lose anybody else. I think we'll say hi to them so at least we can give them a big thank you for being here. You guys are absolutely awesome. Folks, there might be some, I'm not going to get into all that stuff tonight, but just if you notice something weird happening and you're getting pushed out, just hang in there. We're not going anywhere. Just try to ride out the storm for a second. I want to give a great big definitely need echo for this. There we go. I want to give a great big welcome and a big hello to Unicorp's Tales in the house. Ulrich's channel is here, folks. The Bop is in the house. Welcome. The Real Housewife is here. The Night Owl is here. The Electric Beard is in the house. Storage Auction Pirate is in the house. This guy is flying, guys. Flying. Keep your eye on him. Sparky Jones, how are you? Welcome. And Sparky and Eliza, we got the two Sparkies here. We got Sleeping Artist ASMR. We got Rosemary Accolade USA. Welcome. We have Rodney Reviews Things in the House. Welcome. We have Punchy Paints in the House. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm going to get in so much for that. We can change his name, and then I go and do that because he's being called... well, anyways. I am so sorry. So sorry. Welcome. Punchy Paints to the House. We got Pretty and Camo here, folks. That's right. And we got Polly Bear Adventures in the House. We got Pixel Pia Teaching and Learning, and Paul Peck Drywall Tube. We have Patricia Norwood Hobbies and Reborns in the house. We got Out Country here. We got Mud Nuts Reviews. We got Muscle Man 8562. We got Mr. Moore in the house. We have Mel C's Makeup and Style. We have Mega House TV. We have MD Scratch Jedi here. We got Magnolia Money in the house, folks. We got Leghold Chuck in the house. Welcome. We have Lee Ann Michelle in the house. We got Laura Bruno in the house. Just Living is here, folks. Paula is with us. That's right. And we got John Ames in the house. Welcome. Joey Brooklyn. Thank you so much for your energy. Well, you are so awesome. Thank you. Jenny O'Brien is with us. Great to see you. Jenny was on our board last night on the Wheel of Shoutouts. We got Jackson RC Aviation with us, folks. We got InQ's World in the house. We have, I told you, I would try to remember it. Handpay Jackpots is here. That's right. We got Green Leaf Grow as well. We got Ghostly Findings, Paranormal. We got Get in Shape, Feeling Great. I want to welcome Fish Room Forever. Welcome. And we got Fireball Fanatic. Mr. Boom is in the house. And we have it just jumped all over the place. Emma El Camel in the house, folks. We got Draw with Clint is here. Good to see you back in the fold. We got Dimebag Daza Gaming in the house. We got Dickie's Beer Reviews here, folks. We got Daily Life and Nature. We got Corey Survival. We got Coffee Music here. We got Born a Racer in the house. We got Blake TV here. We got Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews with us. That's right, as well as Allie's Craft Pursuits. Great to have you all. I know some names get missed in the list, so please make sure to say hi. It's a pleasure to have you here. And please hit that like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff. It really does help out. We're having some trouble lately getting our word out because of the algorithm and any other third-party minglings, but nonetheless, it's great to have you all here. Philip Cochran, I see it's in the house. Great to see you. Sorry, I keep swapping channels to Sparky, and no, that's all good. It's all good. No worries whatsoever. White Tiger Unplugged, how are you? Great to see you. Still recuperating, but getting better. I'm glad you were on the mend. We have the Gambler After Dark. A ton of love to you, buddy. Like I said last night, guys, a great ambassador. A great example of an ambassador for a niche. There's a lot that come to mind, and he is on the top of that list. Great, amazing folk. The Scottish Gamer is in the house. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. And Disabled and Prepping is with us, folks. That's right. Great folks all around. It's a pleasure to have you all in here. Danny McReacts, how are you? Great to see you. My kids are driving me nuts. Oh no. We've never been down that road before. No. You just feel like jumping in the car.
So funny.
Yeah. Northland 301. How are you? Great to see you. Quicksilver's in the house. The Night Owl. Look at all these fantastic. Tazzy Adventures is in the house. Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. So many great folks. The Huntsman is with us. Great to see you. I know, isn't that amazing? The Huntsman. Clint is back in action. Troy the Salem is in the house. He was on the board last week. Good to see you. Nuptial Arcia, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing amazing. Hope you're doing great. Good to see you.
Say hi in the chat if we missed you. We want to say hi to you too. And maybe if you're just watching, say hi in the chat. Don't be shy, but even if you can't, that's okay. Hope you enjoy our night tonight together with you and benefits from some amazing information later tonight. But before we do that, I want to ask the question of the day. I just have to. We can't stop doing our traditional things just because YouTube does what it does. Let us fight through it. I want to know, where are you from? Yes, Lottery of Life is shy here. Well, I'm thankful that you said hi. Hello. We are here, a husband and wife team from Montreal in Canada, and we bring you YouTube news and tips. YouTubers helping creators on all different types of live streams 6 times a week. And we want to know, where are you from? We have Paul Peck Travel Tube from Florida. We have Indiana for just living, North Carolina. Ian Matthews here, midnight. Yes, good morning. New York City, New Mexico for coffee, music, Eastern Ontario, Florida, New Jersey, Kentucky, and Tokyo Drew joining us from Japan.
That's right. Great to see you. Great to see you. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're off to a fantastic day. Great to see you all. Did you see Farmhouse from Transylvania?
Oh my goodness. He is from Transylvania. Okay, well, welcome here. Welcome here, guys. Be aware of vampires in the house. South Carolina here, South Kakalaki. There you go. Virginia is here as well. Ontario, Canada, Wisconsin, Tokyo, and Canada somewhere. That's right. South Carolina, guys, say hi to each other, especially if you are in the same state. Maybe you can get some collaboration going. Who knows? So get to know your fellow state and country YouTubers here. Welcome here from across the world. Welcome, welcome.
Great to see you all here. What was that country you mentioned of? I tried to find it in the list.
I can't repeat it. It was a city.
Is the thing to say. That's what came in my head when I heard
South Kakalaki? Eclectic Beard. Are you talking with me, or it's an actual place? That's what I want to know. Not sure, but who knows? Marshall Patriot is here as well. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Northern Lad is here. Hello, hello. Well, Motnut Reviews. Hello. Maryland. There you go. Our already questions are about your fellow state YouTubers. Love that. And Napture Larisha is here as well. Hello. Mina, good to see you here. Metal Fish TV and South Carolina. It's funny way of saying it. Okay. Well, you got me saying it, that's for sure. The Eclectic Beard. And a shout out for free. Disabled and prepping here. Professionally made custom fangs. Wow. Okay, The Real Breeze TV, hello, how are you? Big the Parks 90, hello and welcome here. And even if you're not a mod, say hi in the chat so I can give you that blue wrench. There's no other way how I can do that. All you have to do is just be in the chat and be respectful to each other. And that's all. We will talk about some really interesting stuff today. Just brand new, hot from the presses. Something that is really going to help all of us and bring you examples of how to implement that within your YouTube channel. So stick around.
That's right, folks. It's great to see you. And if you're just joining us, guys, we're asking for some help tonight. Some real big push. We actually went on limited monetization with the go button. We ended it, changed some words, went on. We made it 5 minutes, then back to limited monetization. We're not worried about the money, but the push is really hurting us the last couple of weeks. So if you guys can help us out, and just by being here makes a huge difference. Hitting the like button is a gigantic thing, folks. It really is. And if you can tweet it out, tell some friends to drop by, the more the merrier. It will get greened again after the live stream is over by the time they do the review onto it. But in the meantime, that helps a lot. And I've been watching our numbers dip. It took a gigantic drop again, but it was fighting back between it, and then it came up and erased that part. So it is going like a nightmare.
Melly's93 is here as well. Good in shape, feeling great is here. Can't wait for it. Yes, the merchant's here as well. Philip, very purple. Are you broadcasting from a grow room? No, it's a blue wrench room. It's blue. Philip, it's blue. Oh, somebody needs new glasses there. Well, I can. He always wants more wifey, so I can,
That's right. You can
that's because I care about him. That's why. Handbook Jackpots. Hello.
Wheelchair Diva Eats. Welcome. How are you tonight? Welcome to everybody that's new here as well. I see the bop is from Sweden. Love your country. Great to have you in here. Xenia is originally from Latvia. And when we were in Latvia, of course, we went over to Sweden once, and it was beautiful there, and I got to get back and see way, way, way more of it. So I'll be listening since I'm working. Backroad Freedom, hope you're doing fantastic, and thank you so very much. Hope work is not going too bad for you. Hope it's going good. So got the lipstick in red and hot. There you go. Kim Topeka said she picked it up. She bought it.
Yes, love that, love that. Did you try it? Did you make a video about it? I want to know everything. I hope you like it.
Oh, and we have a new person in here, Nomad Unbroken Live. Never heard of him.
You're welcome here.
What's his story? What's his goal? What's his angle? What's going on here?
Poly Bear Adventures here. Love you joining that poly part into your channel.
Yes.
It's such a crucial part of you.
Tell the truth. You're just tired of us never saying it, right?
I know.
And you got fed up and said, yeah, this will shut him up. Super Dave 44, how are you? Great to see you. Sean the Great Gamer, how are you? Great to see you. And Poly Bear Adventures is new as well. All kinds of new channels. Great to have you all. I know you just said their name. I was just recapping. Brant Ariels. I ran my thumbnails through API last night. What an eye-opener. I got some work to do. It is scary. It is scary. It is Bas Conquistador. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. LMR Collins is in the house. Great to see you. Ian Matthews is here, folks. That's right. We've also got Oktay Dogan in the house. Great to see you. Wisan Draws is in the house. How are you? Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you all. Mimi Gold, welcome. Who is from Sweden? I am an expat of Sweden. Why, that is Mbop, the Bop, excuse me, the Bop. There you go.
And lurking and listening here as well from Tales of Solstice, Audition Draws is here as well. Psycho Ducky,
Hey.
good morning.
Psycho
Raiding our
Ducky.
fridge here. Ooh, pork chops. What's for supper? So maybe you can start breakfast with those. I don't know.
Husband versus wife, how are you as well? It's great to see you. Oktay Dogan, great to see you too, as my friend. Always a pleasure to have you in. Always a pleasure. Nomadic Van Man, great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Diving with R5, welcome. How are you tonight? We have Warsaw Patriot. Just FYI, Swedish is very similar to Finnish language. There you
Yes, definitely. I tried to learn Swedish actually in high school. But it's very complicated.
Finland is actually the first Scandinavian country I ever got to visit, so it has a little special place in my heart because I'm really obsessed with the Scandinavian countries.
Yes, so we had a Viking wedding. That's how obsessed we are in Iceland.
Yep.
Okay, well, we are deterring there from
Is
the
this live
theme.
stream consensual? There is a new one. I love that. I've never been asked that one before. I like that. Brock next in the house from the sunny shores of Alaska. I just came in from filming another Survivor audition video. That is so freaking awesome.
Fingers crossed. If we need to vote, let us know.
David Bill Vlogs, how are you? Great to see you. Yes, most definitely. You can't, only, Hebe, just if you're 20 or less away, we can help you out. If not, just let us know. Oh my God, yes. All right.
Okay, well, you guys have a little bit more time to share this live stream out. We're going to jump into motivating one of our fellow YouTube creators here, as we always do, when you're 20 or less away from your next round 1,000 with hand-pay jackpots. They are just a couple away from 1,000. So let's motivate hand-pay jackpots. And you have a little bit more time to share this live stream out and get some more people in for this amazing information we're going to be talking about just in a moment. So don't go anywhere. Click that share button, click that like button. If you're new, please subscribe. That helps us a lot. And yes, double check if you're still subscribed to us, because you never know, as Andrew says, YouTube is unsubscribing from each other on an alarming rate here. So, you gotta double check. You gotta have that net of security. And we have hand-paid jackpots. The link is gonna be in the chat just shortly. And we will start this night on a better note than we started the live stream just 10 minutes ago. We are unbeatable, guys. With the help of you guys, we are unbeatable. We can get through it all together. We are in it together. And this is a part of it. Just a little part of it. And yes, Gigi's Recipe, hello and welcome here. Fishroom Fever, hello, how are you doing? And welcome here. Ira said hello.
All right, folks, we are here to talk tonight, but if somebody is 20 or less from the next round of 1,000, We always want to bring them up so we can celebrate together. And do we have a channel to do that tonight, guys? Here we go. Let's get this started. There you go, folks. There you go. Sorry the horn's so loud. I had to reinstall Windows 3 times. I don't have the backup in here, so I do apologize. But nonetheless, hand-paid jackpots, only 11 away from 1K, folks. Time to ground them up. Hand-paid jackpots, $9.89, folks. Only 11 away from hitting that 1K, and then it is celebration time. Octai Dogan hit 5K today. Congratulations. Woo-hoo! Well done, my friend. Well done. Guys, help out with hand-paid jackpots. After you did, throw some emojis in the chat for Octai Dogan. Hit 5K today. Stonkman, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Come on, guys, grab up hand-paid jackpots. Only 7 away. Only 7 away from 1K, folks. That's right. 7 more to go. Then we celebrate with them. And then we're going to get down to our topic. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And all your support towards us is nothing short of amazing. You guys rock. Andrew, pretend to be sorry for a loud horn. I'm so sorry for that horn. I do. Actually, a little bit on that one. That one was like blaring loud, I'm sure, in headphones. I'm a little bit sorry on that. But I'll own it. I'll wear it. I'll take the responsibility for it. Come on, guys, grab it. There, 1,000! What happened to my music? Music. Where's my horns? I don't like where this is going at all. Not happy. Not content whatsoever. I need a horn for celebration. What happened to my horn? Here, horn. There it is. I gotta get my old setup done after this live stream is over.
Congratulations to hand-paid jackpots!
Very well done. Congratulations to you. Great job. Keep up the good work. Fantastic stuff. Flood the chat with emojis, guys. Celebration time for hand-paid jackpots. Hitting the big old 1K. Very well done. Congratulations. Fantastic job.
Yes. Well, that was awesome, guys. All thanks to you. Yes, emojis in the chat for hand-paid jackpots. Congratulations. That is super great, guys. We can be happy for each other's successes and inspire for new heights to each other. That is awesome. Trendorama Studios, hello and welcome back. I think you have been here before, so welcome back. Carolina Bass Hunter here. We have a couple more people joining us today. That is super amazing. That means that you guys are sharing this out, which we love. That means that more people are going to be able to hear the amazing information today.
That's right, folks. That's right. It's great. There, let's bring that down some. Let's bring that way down. There we go. There we go. That's good talk and volume. Good talk and echo right there. So I think it's about time to jump into it, folks. This is amazing information. You're not going to want to miss it. Every YouTuber should have this kind of stuff under their belt, folks. It really does. And it was really interesting to I'm going to let Xenia get this kicked off, and then we'll talk about it a bit more. In the meantime, once again, we are Yellow Coin, so if you can hit the like button, tweeting it out, and if you can get some friends in, all that stuff, it helps us fight this a lot. We are trying to work it out with YouTube and report all the stuff been going on in that. It does take time, unfortunately, but nonetheless, we're here for the long run, so they ain't got rid of us, and they ain't going to get rid of us. So, Xenia, you want to tell them what's going on?
Yeah, so let me introduce you to our theme tonight. We're going to be talking about YouTube algorithm this year, well, in general, and especially this year. It just have started. And how to get your videos into suggested and recommended videos of a YouTube platform, which, as you know, and for those of you that just entered, it's around 70% of all views combined actually come from recommendations and suggestions on YouTube. So it's a huge chunk of your traffic. And, well, it's all determined by a search and discovery that we have mentioned a ton here on this channel, which is also called the YouTube algorithm. Well, in fact, YouTube algorithm consists of different little algorithms that all combined, make a huge YouTube AI. But nevertheless, the search and discovery is the one that determines the suggested and recommended videos, and especially for small channels like us, like you guys in the chat. We are all small here. None of us is here in millions of subscribers, so we do consider us small creators, and it is super super important to get noticed by YouTube algorithm in this search and discovery, so you get your channel grown. So we're going to talk about this new information that was revealed just over the weekend by the VP, Vice President of Engineering and Machine Learning of Google, and the head of Google's Search and Discovery Division on YouTube. Yes, basically the very main guy at the very head of the pyramid of algorithm and how it actually works, talked about that and answered the questions of Lex Fridman on his podcast Artificial Intelligence over the weekend. So we're going to go over all the information that he was sharing, and of course, as a bonus for you being here, add some great useful tips on how you actually can implement this information. Because obviously you can just go over and listen to the podcast, but is the knowledge of how you can implement this information is what makes the difference. So that's what we're doing today. There's going to be a couple of points, mainly about what exactly you need to do, and some little bits and pieces that I thought was really interesting from this conversation. And definitely I urge you to talk about that in the chat as well. Discuss that among each other. If you have anything to say directly to us, try to reach us with @Pusa Studios, and we'll definitely jump into discussion after my conversation talk here as well.
Just before I do it, guys, one quick thing, folks. I'm just stopping for a second. I forgot to do this earlier, guys. Look way up, folks, and see if you've hit that like button. If it's gray, let's turn it blue on the count of 3. The Stillwater Nation, how are you? Great to see you, and hope you're doing fantastic. We're going to jump right into it, guys, so let's do it, folks. Hit that like button on the count of 3. We are having some trouble with the algorithm, so if you guys can help us out, that's amazing. You ready for this? 1, 2, 3. I had to count fast. You guys already started. That's amazing. So, folks, just check up. If it's gray, turn it blue. It does help out immensely. You guys are freaking awesome. I can't move everything tonight because I have all the wires out and that from fixing stuff all day. But trust me, the room is shaking. The room is shaking. I'm holding on for dear life. So thank you so very much, guys. It helps out immensely. All right, guys, I'm going to pass you back to Xenia.
If I can ask you guys note the questions, because I might not notice them as I'm talking here and looking at my notes. If somebody can take notes of the questions so we don't forget them in the chat, I would really appreciate that. So let's dive into it. Let's tie it all together. What was the main conversation topic? Obviously was YouTube algorithm, but really, how does YouTube know if videos are any good? The host of the podcast had the same concern that we have often voiced in you guys as well, that oftentimes the good content is actually not the one that gets promoted. And there are thousands and thousands of videos with amazing content that really is quality, but they have just a couple of views, and it just doesn't make sense. Well, in this interview, they try to unravel what is behind this, and some of the things were quite new that I never heard before. So the main thing that we want to understand is that the viewer on YouTube comes with an intent. And YouTube's main goal above everything else is to satisfy that intent. So no matter if they come for entertainment, education, whatever it is, it's the intent. They come there on purpose, and YouTube want to satisfy that intent. And of course, also, YouTube has to grow with people and their changing interests, because we have been growing. YouTube have been for more than a decade on. Was it 14 years? Something like that. People that have started watching YouTube at their teenage years now are in their mid-20s and so on, so on. So your interest changes, you're watching and growing together with YouTube, and therefore YouTube adjusts their recommendations with regards to that as well. And the one more thing before I dive into the tips is that YouTube is actually evolving to take place of TV. Yes, he actually confirmed that YouTube is evolving to take place of TV, and that's a quote, a better version of TV. And there are a couple of points on that. It's on demand, tailored experience, and unique content among popular content. So that's what YouTube is showing us. That's what Cristos Goodrow actually was telling us as creators. that we need to create content that can be shared on demand, can be tailored to very specific interests, can be either very popular content, very generic content, or super unique, something that you can't find anywhere else. There's lots of information that you had to read under the lines, so to say, between the lines, but some of the stuff he was pretty candid on as well. Now, I will quote here some, and I will include the link to the podcast as well down below after the live stream, so you can check it out for yourself. The host actually asked, how do you know that something is good? How does YouTube knows that something is good enough to be promoted? And the Google VP kind of weirded away a little bit and explained it more into the YouTube news section and political and science perspective. And I quote said, I think it depends initially what sort of video we're talking about. In the realm of politics and news, quality news are quality journalism relies on. Having journalism department, actual journalists, fact checkers, is what makes a YouTube news, political, and science videos getting recommended and suggested. So it's not only what Susan said before, that is authoritative voices that are going to be more pushed on YouTube. It's actually confirmation that the videos of the companies that actually have legit journalism departments are the ones that are going to be pushed. And we wanted to share with you a graph that was done by some of the researchers in recfluence.net. Well, you can actually see how exactly YouTube is pushing this content. It might say that it's pushing all the content equally, but there in this graph you can see how politically inclined YouTube is, what kind of political parties it's more representing, what kind of TV stations it's more representing. And from the graph you actually see that the biggest part of YouTube suggested videos for political and breaking news and any kind of new information is actually from mainstream TV and not from individual channels. This is an independent study that was done by Recfluence over the course of a long time, and thousands of hundreds of videos were analyzed. I will also include the link to that down below after the live stream. So it's interactive, so you can scroll in and out of that and check each channel separately. Quite interesting. If you're interested in numbers and how it works, that is quite interesting. Now, the most important part that we are all here for, how does YouTube suggest the videos in recommendations? And this is the part that we all want to know. How to get my video to be ranked, how to get it in my suggested videos, how it can be gotten anywhere. If I start a YouTube channel and I just post a video, how can I get to be seen by anyone, really? Unless I share it with my friends and family, nobody's gonna see it probably. Well, let's see what exactly he was talking about. The main thing that the VP of Google was pointing out that you have to make your videos discoverable. And we have talked about it a lot, probably every week when we talk about the Tech Talk. You have to make your videos discoverable, because that's what makes the search and discovery tick. That's what makes recommendations. That's what makes suggestions. It has to recognize what the video is about so it knows who to recommend it to.
Can I just jump in for a second? That's a big part when I'm talking about like clarity. I always say the cranky grade 7 school teacher, punctuation. You have to get a message that catches people's eyes, but you have to remember, first and foremost, you have to capture the algorithm's eyes. And that's why sometimes, more than what you think is kind of a clever play on words, the algorithm might not get, for instance. This is just one of many examples. And that's why it's so important to make sure it's something that the algorithm understands, because the algorithm is going to put it in people's faces. So first and foremost, you're basically catering more to a computer that in the end will cater more to a live person or a live group of people, which hopefully will lead you more to the masses. So I just wanted to mention that as part of it.
So there are a couple of points that he mentioned too, and some of them are pretty technical, and some of them are pretty straightforward. Couldn't be more straighter than that. And the first point is one of those. Does the word that is searched by the viewer appear in a title of your video? Now, take a notepad and write this down. Although this live stream is going to be on our homepage. You can watch the replay after. But yes, does the word that is searched by the viewer appears in your title? It is super important. If the viewer is searching for, recipes, whatever it is, and there is no word recipe in your title, your video most likely is not going to be suggested because that's not what they're searching for. He over and over repeated the titles, the descriptions, I don't know how many times he said that. Numerous times all throughout the podcast, he was saying that it has to be recognizable, and in order for AI to understand what the video is about, you have to include it in your title and your description, especially in your title. Now, how much your video is going to be suggested depends on how specific your title is and how specifically it corresponds to what people are searching for. And that's a good example with plurals and singulars, for example. If people are, let's say there are two videos and one says turkey breast recipe and the other one says turkey breast recipes. Well, if the viewer is searching recipes, the one that is with the plural is going to be higher in the suggested videos because that's a direct 100% match. So you want to target the viewer. You want to know what are they looking for. You want to match that word that they're looking for, that phrase that they're looking for, as much as possible to 100%. And the more it is 100%, the better. That's when you're higher in suggested videos.
And I was thinking of that after, just now as you were talking, because when we were watching today, it's funny, when you go look for something, we're always saying how important it is to make sure your channel name is really clear, not to complicate it, because it's really bad at finding a channel name, if it has an apostrophe, an S. It just shows you how it falls in now to specifically for people looking for recipes, versing recipe.
Definitely.
That how it can throw it off so fast onto it. It's really amazing once you start to think about it, about how clear you have to get it, and how many chances there are you can fall into pitfalls without realizing that people won't see it who's looking just because of some punctuation.
That's right. And that's why it's super important to have it super directly. Now, there was a questions also about, how about, the titles that are more fun and more like, just kind of like titles like you would give to the movies, let's say, okay? Like it has, the movie titles usually has nothing to do with the content of the movie. It's just something that draws attention. Well, he said that algorithm prefers direct words. It's not going to understand the innuendos of your titling. It has to be the exact search. So once again, research what your viewers are searching for and include the exact phrase or sentence into your title. There you go. That's the first, and I think this opens a lot of eyes, especially for those who are just saying chat tonight or just bored. Lots of live streams I see. I'm bored.
The dog crapped. Might as well say stuff we're unlimited, so might as well have fun with it. The dog pooped in the station. That means I'm live. Let's go hang out for a while.
So, for example, if you are a drone channel, okay, and if you want to attract other drone flyers, and your video has no drone in the title whatsoever, all it does, it describes how beautiful the view down the river it is. You're not going to attract the drone flyers because that's not what they're searching for. They're not searching for the blue river down the meadow. They're searching for drone something. So even if it is flying across the beautiful view, but that's you want to attract more drone flyers and not just viewers. You want to include what they are searching for. So you want to really know your audience. You want to really research your audience. What are they interested in? What are they looking for? What will they be looking for in the future?
That's part of the looking back to find questions that people are asking and finding the holes in what's in that niche, whatever you're into. comes from that research. What are the people looking for that they're not getting the answers from? That's taking advantage of that, playing in your favor.
Now, there are a couple of ways of how to do that, and we have mentioned that before. One of the ways of how to do that is search on Google Trends. In Google Trends, and I will include the links down below as well, you can actually filter it out by the countries, even states and cities, and the time frame, and it actually suggests you under the keyword what other things people are looking for. So you can search for that and use those in your titles. Now remember that the smaller the channel you are, you don't want to use the biggest search, because obviously bigger channels are going to be taking it over with their bigger, hundreds of thousands of views. So you want to get somewhere in the middle, something that is not super popular and something that is not searched at all, somewhere there in the middle. Because once again, we are small channels here. We can't compete with the ones that have millions of views. So that's one of the ways. The other way is YouTube search itself. When you type something into YouTube search, it actually predicts the sentence. And how it does it by analyzing what viewers are actually searching for. So that would tell you what sentences, what kind of variations of sentences people are looking for, and then you can include that in your video title. And finally, you can use TubeBuddy that will also help you with suggestions and also help you rank your searches. Tag rankings help not only for tags, but also for titles, because that's how you will see what is searched the most and what is best for your channel.
That's right. Because we do get that question on occasion. And not only that question, we get challenged onto it. And you know what? Just as a side note, even if they didn't have any bearing whatsoever, isn't it better to have something in there than not? If there's a space for it, another chance to promote. Just as a side note, whenever you hear stuff like that, it's better to have it in. And even if it fell out of fashion, the algorithm changed, I didn't even use them. I think we all know what the algorithm's like by now. If it's not, I wouldn't be using them now. It'll be using them 6 months down the road. So just as a side note, it doesn't hurt. And a lot of big YouTubers, once again, that's my answer I give to everybody when they ask about it. Go over and look at Peter McKinnon and those guys and that. I remember a time when they didn't see no need for tags, and they've gotten bigger and they started using them again. So that really does say something.
Vinceland, save that question. I will check that out afterwards, okay? Yes, exactly. So everything is important. And once again, the VP on this podcast said that everything is important, but especially the titles and the descriptions, because that's what algorithm is looking for when suggesting your videos. Now, the second point is this video that is suggested finally on that direct search phrase watched a lot after the search of the particular word is performed. So, for example, once again, turkey breast recipes come up with 10 suggested videos. Well, if your video get clicked and actually watched, you will get to be higher in that first page of the ranking videos. So the more people are going to be clicking on your video instead of other people's videos, the same videos that have the same exact phrase matched on their title that people have been searching for, if they're clicking and choosing you and they're watching, you're going to be ranking higher and higher and higher. And every time somebody clicks on it, it's going to be ranked higher and higher and higher till you are on top of it, till it gets more suggested, not only on the search, but also on recommended videos, on the sidebar, on the end part of the videos, when the video ends and there's the end screen of 9 videos for you to watch. So that's something as well. And that's the part that we have been talking about, thumbnails. Yes, of course, thumbnails is super important. We talk about that every Tuesday Tech Talk when you guys ask about how to make a great thumbnail. We have talked about it yesterday, about a super amazing Google insight of how to do a thumbnail, where actually you can upload your thumbnail and Google AI analyzes it and shows you what exactly is in this thumbnail. Yeah, it can tell you what is in the thumbnail, sometimes even things that you don't see. Mm-hmm. That's right. I will also include the link of that down below in the description afterwards. It is a Google AI machine, quite similar to Google Lens, that you can download, or sometimes it is automatically already on your Android available on your Google Photos. if you upload a video, your photo right there and click Google Lens on your phone, it actually will tell you what your photo is about. Now, in this Google AI system, it actually analyzes it not only with the subjects that are included in the thumbnail, but also how adult-rated they are, how racy they are, how positive they are, how violent it looks like. So it kind of gives the emotional taste, emotional tone, so to say, to the thumbnail as well. It's a great tool. People yesterday have been using it as well, tried it after we talked about it yesterday. It definitely is eye-opening, so if that's something you haven't tried before, definitely do that. As I said, I will include the link down below afterwards. But if you are looking into the general realm of it, of course, faces. People like faces, AI likes faces. It's positive, it's cheering, it's more human-like, more relatable, and it's all about being relatable. That's what it is about. The human faces are relatable to other human faces. We are more naturally click on something that has faces in them just because we are more related to, let's say, human faces than a tractor. Silly comparison, but it's true. So if you want to include a tractor in your thumbnail, that's okay. But make your face there too, and hopefully it is bigger than a tractor. Contrasting colors, of course. And why contrasting colors? Because for AI, it's just easier to read what your thumbnail is about. The more contrast it is, the better it can distinguish between the letters, between the images, and so on. And the better it can read, the better it knows what your video is about, and therefore knows better who to suggest it to. So super important. Now, I know for some of you it's not huge news about the title and thumbnail being super important. But nevertheless, reminding yourself how important it is into detecting not only the views in general, but to be in suggested videos, to be repeated over and over in other people's feeds. That is super, super important.
Most definitely. Remember, guys, in the end, that AI is there to assist humans. It doesn't feel like it all the time, but it's there working on saying, what do humans need the most? What's the most basic interactions? Like, the psychology and the philosophy that goes into AI is always lost. We always think of the technological feats and anything robotic. But those play a huge role in what it's looking and saying, what are the fundamental needs of people when they communicate to each other? What do they look for? What do they need? And how, that's what we're going to use as a way of judging what's good content for others. Basically, the algorithm's job is to sit there, instead of us having all these pages being thrown at us and just grabbing at whim, sit there and say, okay, this person's looking for this. How do I get them the best information that will appeal to this human? And we have to do the same on our channels as well. And I'm like Xenia was just saying about faces and stuff like that. Even us, we had faces. We've changed our channel over more for the simple reason we've had faces in the banner now for a long, since we admitted that we are not doing cinematics anymore, changed the live streams. But now looking at our new banner, I'm seeing how much more relatable it is to people. Not only what we do, but for people to feel comfortable in getting to know us a little bit better, just from the image itself. Even though I preach it, and we're all like that, we always tell everybody what to do, but sometimes we're the longest to take our own advice. And going over it again has just kind of reinstated that fact. This is the most I've ever put into designing as a thumbnails lately, and then the banner and that, about getting back to what humans need. Interaction, connection with the feeling, a bond. And you have that with every movie, every TV show you've ever watched that you like. You love that character. Or you might despise that character, but you feel some sort of strong connection with them that feels human. So never lose that human side in what you do in here. Don't put it up and say, oh, well, there's a couple of trees, they'll get the hint, it's in the forest. No, take that extra time. Take that extra time to bring you into the footage. And Xenia brought up a good point with the tractor. If you have to use like a tractor or a boat or a block of wood, whatever you're using, if you have to use it, make sure it's got character into it. Because remember, it can be the star of the show as well. They can be connected. But also but as Xenia said, when you bring somebody in to it, a human, there's eyes. We're humans. We're trained to look at each other's eyes when we first meet. That's an instinct into us over thousands of years. And it's so important to try and push that bond. Get people watching. Remember, everything we do on here in the end is for one goal, to get people to watch what we make. That's it. All the stuff we talk about, all the stuff on your homepage, all the tweeting it out, all the making home groups, all the collaborations lead back to one solitary thing for people to watch what you're making. So never lose sight of that. And it's other humans watching what you do. Never lose sight of that either.
Now, coming up, I will reveal you that watch time is not actually the biggest thing that values your YouTube video. What? Yeah, watch time is not your biggest thing that values on YouTube. But that's coming up. Now, before that, I wanted to mention you something that we talked about that before. Collaborative filter, and this is the first time I actually heard about that, and maybe it has mentioned before, but that's the first time I heard about it being used on YouTube as part of AI system, and that's exactly how it was called by the VP of Google, collaborative filter. Yeah. What it means is, and this stick around, a little bit of technicalities. What it means is basically it bands together the videos that get watched by the same person close together. So for example, if you watch our video here right now, and then you click afterwards and watch another video, well, those two videos are going to be banded together because you as a viewer both watched both of those videos close together. That's basically related videos. So if one of those videos gets pushed because of all the other reasoning that we're talking about, that brother or sister video is going to be pushed along and gets pushed into suggested as well. So if we by any other reasons, get pushed into suggested videos, the things that get watched the most together with our content, the content creators that get watched the most together with our content right after or right before are going to be pushed into the suggested videos and recommended videos as well at the same time. So they're kind of like tagging along. That's a bonus of you watching similar creators. That's a bonus of you watching two videos from the same creator because those are going to be paired together as well. So that's why we talk about properly describing, tagging, and your videos in meta, so you get more suggested from your own videos, so there's more chances that actually your video becomes the brother or the sister to that main video that you're watching. So if one gets promoted, the other one tags along. So that's something that I thought was pretty new. So it is important what you're watching. It is important what you're watching and how you're watching. There you go. Collaborative filter, it's called, if that's something you want to be looking for. It suggests videos that are not similar to what you already are watching, but also video themes that you would be more likely to watch. For example, and this is something very interesting. It creates clusters of videos. For example, this is music theme clusters, classic music, or he was bringing an example of jazz music. And there are science videos, like math videos, for example. And by AI analyzing the content, they have determined that people who do watch more science videos, they also like to listen to jazz more. So when they suggest videos to you, it might do one of the two things. It either might suggest to you a similar video from the science cluster, or it might actually suggest you completely something different. And that's where we usually ask, why do I get this suggested video? I didn't search for it. Because AI thinks that majority of scientists are listening to the jazz music. And that's just example. So you get served the jazz music video. And if you click on it, you are actually saying, yes, I'm one of those that like both jazz and science. So you keep being served both types of videos. So he talked a lot about that and repeated over and over about these clusters. He mentioned about that also when asked about AI and being able to read the content. In fact, which was also very surprising, and I don't know how trusting this answer is, but when asked if AI can, how much actually AI can read the content of the videos, he said that they are only about the quarter along the way of where they would want to be. And really, AI can't determine much more than a category or the cluster that I just talked about of the video. So if it is a video about sports. It's going to know it's about sports. It's going to know about what kind of sports it is. It's not going to know anything more than that. It's about video, about lifestyle. Well, it might know that you are talking about the bedroom furniture, but what else? It doesn't know. It doesn't know how to detect it. And that was surprising because I thought that by now they are pretty sophisticated in determining what the content is about.
I thought so too, but I think on the other side, and no, don't because I know you're going to get turned around and bring it up. We bring up sometimes about the wrong side of stuff happening on YouTube, and it does answer some questions and why sometimes it's not getting addressed as fast and why it's relying so much still on flagging and persistence and stuff. So maybe it is a little bit. Now this is just my assumption on the whole thing. I use this number tonight, but this is not by Google, asterisk, it's me. They did say in the fall when they were talking about is it okay to curse on your video, they said to avoid it in your thumbnail, in your title, in the first 30 seconds to keep from getting yellow monetization, and then if you keep it somewhat under control, you're okay. It's not a clear guideline for that either. It's just kind of a rough go. So I have a feeling that they're using the first 30 seconds. If that's to determine that, the 30 seconds maybe is a bit of the golden number that the algorithm gets into each video. But that's my own personal thought onto it, not stated in any shape or form by YouTube. But if it's 30 seconds to determine that, then that probably means that's how far the algorithm really does any digging into your video from that point on, unless there's other stuff that triggers to bring it back, like over-the-top cursing, etc., things like that. So, once again, my own thoughts.
There you go. So what is the thought behind this? About collaborative filters, suggested videos, clusters, all of that technicality. Well, you want to know what your audience is interested in. Yes, you want to get to know what other things is your audience interested in. And that comes back to what we talked about, that you shouldn't be really watching only what you're creating. You should be watching what you would be naturally watching as a human being, as a viewer, because yes, you're creating, videos about tractors, or maybe you're a DIY channel, but you're naturally watching all the different other things as well, because you're a human being, you're interested in more than one thing. Well, your viewers are as well, and you want to know what our other interests are, because you want to go and visit those channels of those other categories. You want to interact with those channels. You want to watch those videos too. You maybe want to leave a comment on the videos of those different other cluster categories. So there's more connection between your channel and their channel, between your videos and their videos. Twitter does present information like that. YouTube doesn't, unfortunately. On Twitter, in your analytics, you actually can see. For example, on our Twitter analytics, you guys, most of you guys like dogs and comedy. So if you put a dog and a comedy together, we're the winner. Well, that's what analytics says on Twitter. But that's what it comes down to. You want to know what other interests are they doing. Now, how to do that? You can either ask directly in the video, or you can do a poll. If you have community posts, you can have a poll on the community post. And Andrew have always come up with some very interesting presentations of our community posts. So you got to go and check those out. They're quite funny. And they seem to resonate with you as well. So one of the determinants for us is that you do like comedy here as well, not only on Twitter. But you definitely want to know that, because you want to interact with those categories, with those clusters, so you get tied up more with them. You get more tighter connection, and your videos get suggested to those other clusters, not only the types of videos that you are making. It's a huge myth that is going around. You should only watch what you're creating. You should only connect with YouTubers that are making the same type of content. Myth, legend, not true. And it was confirmed today by the Google VP. It is clusters of videos that get tied together. And you should be super interested in that and be diverse, the same as your viewers are. So there you go. Is our poll still open, by the way?
It is.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. If you want to have an example of what we are doing here, we have our open poll on our community post. What it is about, Andrew, I can't see so far.
Has YouTube been the journey you expected? Definitely have all traveler shots. The hotel stay. Oh my God! I put another spelling mistake in there. I just realized that now. The hotel stay is great. Pretty much forgot a few items, but we're here. Somewhat. Note to self: traveler's diarrhea is a real thing, and no baggage loss, wallet picked, and Kenny G is the hotel act. And the numbers are really interesting. So if you haven't filled it out, guys, head over to our community tab and make sure to let us know. It's about the third post down in our community tab. We'd love to hear it. So
go over and check it out, and that's just one of the examples. But of course, that's more on a comedy part of it. But there are plenty of ways how to get to know the interests of your viewers. Some of it can be seen on your analytics as well, especially with age-related things. With the suggested videos that you see, what your traffic is coming from, that is going to be determined of other interests of the video of the viewers of your videos as well.
Tony's in the house. View this. I've been talking about this cluster theory for a year.
Exactly.
Band runners, how are you? Great to see you. YouTube critics, welcome. That is all fixed on that. We know who your channel belongs to. Please remember, guys, and we've known them for a long time. We know they changed their channel name. Please let us know. As you can see tonight, again, we're getting our channel screwed with literally a couple times a day. So we're very hesitant if anybody shows up, acting like they know us or specific channel names. Please just send us a message right away and let us know, because we do a lot of times then remove, comment, or ban just because we've had to deal with more than our fair share. And so we're a bit conservative on that right now. So there you go. So that's all fixed. Glad you're in here now. That's the main thing. Missed you too, and glad it's you.
Glad it's figured out, yes. But don't do that, because you know what's happening here.
Like the other night, I was messaging an Xenian running around, and it's like, oh God, and you know what we were talking about. I'm not going to get into all of it. Right away, we've seen the channel name, and nobody, and especially about our message on Facebook, was like, oh God.
Thanks God I commented on your Twitter the day before you changed the name on it, because otherwise, that's how it would have
that's the only way we found out. So
yeah, so please let us know if you have changed your name, so we know who you are. All right, Abby's here. How good to see you. Okay, so I promised you guys talk about what is important. Everybody thought that views are important. Then everybody's talking about watch time. Your attention is the most important thing on your video. No, it's not. Well, kinda. Again, very vaguely, the VP, Google VP says that everything, of course, is of count, subscribers, the viewers, the watch time, retention, but it is not the main thing what determines if you are suggested or not. And he brought a really great example, because you would think, well, watch time, that might really, tell you that people like it. The more they watch it, they love it. They love the video, they're going to watch in full. Well, first of all, we all know that's not how it sometimes works. People just watch it in full because they think that that's how subscriptions work. But his example was really well presented. He said, and that's true, that a lot of times we watch the video while doing something else. So the video might be rolling, and you might be reading a book at the same time. You might be cooking at the same time. Maybe it's just rolling in the background, and you don't even know what it is about. So a full watch, your retention, that is maybe 100%, very rare, but still, is getting to 100%, doesn't determine that people are necessarily liking what they're seeing, because maybe they're not even seeing what they're watching, if you know what I mean. And YouTube realizes that, and especially important it is because of the served ads. The ads that are served on the videos, especially mid-rolls, that are more expensive, but also give more money for YouTubers, they want viewers to see those mid-roll ads. They don't want them just to be there. They're paid for. Every ad, every click costs money to the advertiser. So if it's playing in the background, it doesn't do them any good. People are not seeing it, not buying the product. It doesn't transfer into, convert into any sales and so on. So they want people to see the advertisers, the commercials that you have in your mid-roll ads especially. So what they do, and maybe you have noticed that lately, especially more and more, after watching the video, there is a pop-up window that asks, how did you enjoy the video? And you have a rating of 5 stars where you can rate if you enjoyed the video or not. I know probably lots of you guys misregarded and, well, that's just a survey. No, that is what determines if YouTube thinks that people are interested in the video. That's right. Not the watch time, not the views, but if and how they're going to be rating the video after presented with this a mini survey. What a surprise there, because I'm pretty sure a lot of viewers are just disregarding it altogether. Now, another thing that goes together with that, and something that we have been telling you over and over, we actually told you about that today, because that's the way how we can combat YouTube algorithm, is shares. Not likes or dislikes. They're there. They're part of the equation. But according to the VP of Google, they're not really important. How much your content is shared within the YouTube and outside of the YouTube is what makes it important. That's why the share button is there. That's why the new option of tagging creator in your description and even in the titles now, if they are over 1,000, is available. That's why you can and should include the links to other videos of your own and possibly other creators as well in your description of your videos. That's how you share videos within YouTube. If you have a community page, you share your own videos, maybe somebody else's videos. That's sharing within YouTube. Every time it gets shared within YouTube, it gets bonus points. It gets suggested more. Every time it gets shared outside of YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever it is, sent by email, sent in a messenger, in a hangout, whatever you're using, every time it will give you extra points. So together, this star rating and the shares will determine if people are actually interested in your content, because why would they share something that they're not interested in, right? That kind of makes sense. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to YouTube, and that's what they're doing to determine if people love it or not.
A bit, but I mean, the sharing, that's why we've been pushing it for so long, because, and to be honest, I really feel like with the troubles we've been having lately, that's helped us a lot, was the sharing, and the sharing prior to it happening, even with the algorithm kind of in a toss-up with us, sees that there is value in what we're doing because people are sharing, interacting with it, etc., etc. The interaction we've been doing on our community tabs, a lot of things that we've been doing like that, I think has helped us through this spot, where if we hadn't had that kind of support from you guys, I don't know where things would go. So, So just as a side note, I really truly believe into it, because here's what I used to see, and it's funny how things grow. I remember one time last fall, maybe, I went into a live stream. Somebody came to ours, so I went to check them out, and they were teaching people how to grow. And one of my favorite ones is watch time, because watch time people don't focus on enough. And I'm like, this is good stuff. So I want you to picture what I see when I went in there. Okay, picture this room. There's a guy talking on a laptop. There's some guy kind of half creepily, like an older uncle, in the back on a PC. There's a kid standing there with 2 tablets, and a mother comes walking by holding her phone and another tablet or something. And you can hear a couple other voices, maybe like 2 other ones that you don't see in camera. Well, they were teaching people how to grow by actually watching your own videos through different gadgets through the house. They went on, I went back and checked. I solely kept this up because it was turning my stomach. But like a good car crash, you can't help but go back and watch. This went on for about 4 hours. They were teaching people how to do it. It was like a sweatshop for watch time. And it just shows you how these things get so ran with. It just shows you why the algorithm and why the program's looking into it would value this more, because this is the kind of things that can be done once again. I mean, that's just as bad as going out and buying them at that point. I mean, I've done it before. I've run for a friend, we'll run their playlist a bit. I do believe now and then it just gives them an extra push. But they're right. I go to summer. I go to do all these things, and that it's not going. I don't believe they have no benefit once in a while, but you don't want to run your channel solely onto it. The main thing is engage people and have people taking away segments. That's why we tell a lot of people, especially here in niches and that, hey, that's a great video on this. Get it into blog. Find people who are doing blogs, writing about what you do. Get it to them. Tell them. Send them emails saying you've done you've done a video on this. Get it into Facebook groups, etc., etc., etc. Because once that goes around and that sharing takes off, that's what really makes the channel explode. You ever wonder how, like on the lighter side of the news, at 5 to 6 when they show today in Fort Worth, Indiana, a guy got chased by a duck and his pants fell down. You're wondering how the hell did they ever get that video? A lot of times it's like that. Somebody's seen it was funny. They shared with a couple friends that got into a group and it started sharing. Oh, my uncle's going to love this. Oh, my cousin's going to get a kick out of this. And they're sharing and sharing and sharing, and it's getting more and more popular. And it gets seen by bigger and bigger groups. And it snowballs that way. That's interaction. The algorithm cannot deny that there's interest there in what's happening more than it just running through. So I can definitely see where it takes precedence over watch time on that one for sure.
Yeah, and I see Sarah comment about adding the creator tags, other people's names as tags. In fact, it is against community guidelines, and you can get a strike for that if you do stuff your tags with other creators' names and they are not appearing in the video, or the video has nothing to do with those channels. And if AI reads that or somebody reports it, you can get a strike. So be careful with that. That's not suggested whatsoever. It's kind of the play with that roulette that we're talking about. If you know what you can get for it, do it. It's up to you. It's your channel, but really it's against the guidelines. So. So let's jump back to what we're talking about. And if you're just jumping in, we're talking about the Cristos Goodrow, VP of Engineering at Google and head of Google's Search and Discovery Division. His revelations about YouTube algorithm and how it works, how you can get your videos suggested. He talked about that on Lex Fridman's Artificial Intelligence podcast. Pretty revealing interview, I must say, and I was surprised about the amount of small views at the time when I was watching it. The podcast had unbelievable, such a raw information from somebody who's at the head of basically telling YouTube who to suggest or not.
Just aside, because we get to watch it after, I think it's the first time it ever felt semi-honest. I still don't think Google will let him say everything. It was the first time I didn't feel completely bullshitted the whole way through. Honestly, I got to say that. It actually felt like there was some truth to all this. I know they can't let all the cows out of the farm, but it felt a lot more intimate.
Yep.
Than I've ever seen YouTube do. So
yeah, and I must say the host did a really good job on asking the questions, and sometimes asking the same question in a different way. Try to very kind of nicely ask the questions that we all want to know. But some of them were really, really direct, like how to make my video go viral. So I really enjoyed that. Now, the next point of this is, and we have talked about that as well, of course, is subscribing to the channel, especially if the subscription is happening while you're watching the video of interest. So, video, again, is suggested, it matches your search term 100%, and person actually clicks on it. That means that your thumbnail was great, and they're actually watching it, and, they're rating it 5 stars, and then they're subscribing to you after watching it. Well, you are hitting the bonus win right there. That's right. So if people are subscribing to you while watching your content and soon after, is what gets you some extra bonuses as well. Why? And why it is important? Because it means that people are going to be returning. And the returning moment is what gives you more bonuses again. That's why, not surprising, when people come here for a second time, I say, welcome back. I'm glad you gave us a second try. Because that's exactly what YouTube is valuing. Not only that subscription, but subscription when you come back. When you come back for the second time, the third time, fourth time, because that means that they can trust your views. They can trust the videos that you're going to choose to click and to view. That means that they're going to be able to predict better who are you going to be watching, what are you going to be watching. The predictability factor of the viewer is what counts for YouTube, because it counts for advertiser. They want to know who watches and what they watch. So when you do subscribe, you come back to the channel, and that means that you like it, that means you're enjoying it, and that means that they know what to serve you, how and when, which is a bonus for them, because at the end, they all want to earn money, right? It is a private business. So there you go. Subscribe to the channel while you're watching the video or soon after, and return afterwards to watch something else or to visit and interact with the channel. It's definitely giving some bonus factors there for being suggested as well. Interesting enough, he a lot focused on a video, not on creators. And in fact, very little talked about creators. He talked about the video. which signals to us that the video is the main objective of YouTube. It's not YouTube channel that is growing. It's YouTube video that is growing. It's not YouTube channel that gets monetized. It's YouTube video that gets monetized and gets them money. So although there are YouTube channels, obviously we all have one, they value more each video separately, if you know what I mean. The YouTube channel is there to get those people to return, as I just mentioned, and have that predictability factor, but YouTube more focuses on video itself. Now, in order for your channel to grow altogether and not just a separate video, go viral, you want to tie your other videos to each other. That's why I talked about the videos that go in recommended lists, so people watch yours after, back to back and not somebody else's, and so on. So they tie all in a cluster and get served all together. Because if they don't, then your channel is not growing. Your views might grow, but your channel is not growing. So when you ask us, well, I have views, but nobody subscribes to me, this is why, because they don't get served your videos. People don't watch the next video from your channel, they watch something else. And that's why your channel is not growing and only that video is growing, and vice versa. So there you go. I thought that was a great answer to that, because lots of people ask, well, subscriptions grow, but views are not there, or the other way, my views are growing, subscriptions are not there. Well, this is a great answer to that. It means that you should be dressing up your videos so they get suggested to each other. Have similar descriptions, have similar themes, have that super niche that we talk about, because obviously the more precise the titles are going to be, the more repeated they're going to be, the more into the same niche they're going to be, into the same mini cluster, the more they're going to be served to the same people over and over, clicked over and over more, and therefore grow more and more as well.
And if you have something that takes off your niche and a video is doing well, do something the same the next time. Follow-ups onto it, updates, whatever you can to tie it into it. Run off that momentum. You'll still have time to do other stuff later on, but really take advantage of that momentum while it's there. Don't let it go, because sometimes that's near impossible. Sometimes it's impossible to get it back. You never know. So if you already have something in your lap that's working, push onto it. If you, you went out drilling for water and the truck turned on its side, partly on its side that it towed up, and everybody's watching that. Do an update, the truck in the garage. Go to the garage where it is and get shots of it to get updates on the water, whatever you can to keep that rolling for a while. Because that momentum sometimes, like I say, can only strike once, so take advantage of it.
And Ulrich's channel is right, yes. End screens and cards is also one of the ways how you can prompt people to watch one of your videos instead of somebody else's, and therefore tie those together in a cluster, and they would be served together in a cluster and served together as brother and sister, so to say. If one goes off in a suggested, the other one gets tied in with it as well. So definitely, you want to make people watch your videos. That's why when you watch bigger YouTubers, the ones who have like tens of millions of subscribers, most of the time all of the right side of suggested videos is just from them. Why? Because they're in the same niche. They have been going trending, so they pull their brothers and sisters together with them. So the suggested videos are the same creator videos, not somebody else's, and you want to try and and emulate that. You can use TubeBuddy for that. For example, actually, if you download the extension, you will be able to see on your video how many videos get suggested to other people from your videos. And you want to get that number up by having similar types of videos, by having similar themes in your videos, by sticking to one niche, by sticking to super niche, like we talked about that yesterday, and the day before, Wednesday, we talked about that as well. We talk about that all the time. 2020 is a year of super niches, because that's what make you grow. That's what pull all of the channel up and get suggested one video after another, and not just one video going up in the views. Lily Murphy, hello, how are you? The next point here is that personalized recommendations is something that they are very focusing on. And as I began this conversation with you guys, that having the personalized on-demand content is one of the goals that YouTube want to have while building their platform to be better than TV. TV, but better, as he said. So they say that every feed is super personalized, both based on homepage, suggested videos, and recommended. Now, I have seen other studies that say that only around 11% of your content is personalized to you. And the rest of 89% is actually the same all across the board. How true is that? I don't know. The study shows that it is only 11%. The Google VP says that a majority of your content is personalized, so majority of the content, more than 50%, is actually different from one person to another if you're logged in. So who to believe in that part, we don't know. Make your own conclusions on that one, I guess.
Just wanted to clarify that. Who was it now asked? Sorry, for super niche. Super niche basically means if you're a sneaker channel, go further into it. Specialize in vintage sneakers. If you can specialize more, if there's a big enough market for it, specializes in Adidas sneakers, vintage Adidas sneakers. Going within a niche to find a part of it that's not been touched by everybody else where you can really stand out and almost become like an authority of it, the go-to for it. Because the more the algorithm sees what you're doing each time, if anybody looks up vintage Adidas sneakers, you're going to have a better chance of being on the list recommended because you're that place to go for it, where the bigger ones aren't so niched off. They're more just sneakers in general. So
yeah, and you adjust all of that as you grow. The smaller you are, the more specific you're going to be, and the bigger you grow, the more you can branch out. That goes kind of with the weight of the channel and the videos in general, but we are concentrating on us as small YouTubers here and what we can do. My channel is YouTube search, external, suggested videos, browse features. Yes, yeah, that's super good for search. Definitely, that's very good for search. Now, he did say, and I like your external percentage there. He did say, when asked for the question, which videos are more likely to go viral, he said that probably not as much the ones that are in the search, more the ones that are shared by Twitter. Make your Twitter account.
We always get on your nerves about Twitter. Since last year, there's a reason why. There is a reason why, because that's good interaction. That is buzz. That is the chance. That video I was talking a while ago about the guy that his pants fall down with the ducks and that, there's another place where that can take off in that stuff. That's a bit more of a Facebook example of it. But you know what I mean. For stuff that's really interesting, it can really fly off the shelves going through Twitter. So get yourself a Twitter channel, folks. Get yourself a Twitter channel.
Now, you want to up your suggested videos rate, because that is what's going to make your channel more rolling, so to say. So if you want to grow even more, but your external and YouTube search is amazing. So definitely kudos to Paul Peck DriveTube, who's, by the way, getting closer to 80K.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Tony. I get where you're coming from. I'm going to read what he wrote. So the funny thing about YouTube is it says stick in a niche or make one. I did, and it screwed me because I don't fit into their lazy ass category, so I'm jumping in the review niche channels. That's kind of like us. Like, we're in one of the worst categories to grow into, and that's been said by ones that we don't call ourselves guru. We're not. But we do fall into that kind of category of some of it, and Nick Nimmons and them all stated as well. And especially us that did interviews and stuff like that, even though we do call it under umbrella of all things to motivate, inspire, and learn for YouTubers, it is very hard for us to sell ourselves to the algorithm. And that's why we've tried to niche more into going into topics like we're doing right now, because we feel that's where our voice is probably best used. But that said, it is not easy, and certain niches are going to be a lot harder than other ones to get seen. Yours covers a lot of categories within those YouTubers themselves, and that would make it a bit harder than somebody who focuses solely on breeding a certain type of dog that you find in northern Scotland or something like that, where it's very set in stone. All the buzzwords with it, it's very easy for people to find you based on, like, an array of keywords that they would use in their day-to-day conversation within their groups, etc., would tie directly into that group. So,
You got to remember that certain types of categories and niches are going to have different roofs of maximum, so to say, subscribers. Like, obviously, a channel about YouTube is not going to have 100 million subscribers because they're not 100 million YouTube creators. Like, just thinking logically, there's not 100 million people that are interested in how YouTube works. They're less than that, so it's impossible to have that, right? So that works within any other niche as well. Obviously, there are beauty, gaming, communities that are more popular, and within them there are these super niches that also have their roofs, of different kinds, and some of them are higher, and you can get a couple tens of millions of subscribers, and some of them you can only get a couple 100,000, and that's okay because that's the audience.
Well, that used to be
you got to be aware of that.
That used to be the message going around, and a lot of you have been on here for a while. You used to hear that banter all the time. Come on, guys, help each other out. We're all going to grow. We're all going to be famous. We're going to help each other out. Everybody, no one left behind. We're all going to be rock stars on here. So you're telling me a knitting channel that specializes in two knitted knots is going to do the same as a gaming channel. The gaming channel has a better chance of going higher if they go further, but they have a lot more competition. The knitting channel has a lot less competition, but a lot lower ceiling to grow into. Now, that doesn't mean you can't be... You get a knitting channel at 25,000 subscribers that sells also books on how to knit and stuff like that, could be making tons more than the one that's at the gamer at 2 million. And just doing that based on AdSense alone and a bit of super chat here and there. But it's ridiculous. There is ceilings and caps and everything. No, not everything is equal on here. And as Xenia was just saying, that's it with the ceiling. Like in ours, we know that ceiling. Not that we think we're going to hit it, but I mean, we couldn't come on here and say, oh, guys, what we're doing here, we're going to, Jake Paul, of course not. We can't draw that kind of attention that large for what we do. So that's a part of looking, but it doesn't mean there's not tons of opportunities in what they're doing. And that's what a lot of channels are seeing by merch and doing other things. I brought up a lot of time the example of a real estate agent. Say he has 25,000, but say he does private courses on the process of selling homes, preparing for the exams, guides onto it, what to look for in a home. I mean, they could be making a ton of money into that. A ton of money, way more. It was scary last year. Was it early? No, November or so when they released the numbers of the top 1%. This is based on AdSense, okay? It was not pretty. Not the kind of money you're expecting to hear, that's for sure.
Okay. So there you go. That's huge. If we can combine all of that into one, that is amazing, isn't it? Now, I wanted to make point of mentioning that we have talked about that before as well, is to make sure that your kids are not using your channel to watch their content. Because the Google VP mentioned about YouTube DNA, basically everything that you ever watched on YouTube since beginning of when you opened your channel combines into YouTube DNA, which then determines what is suggested to you. And if you have a channel and you're not just a viewer, that definitely connects the videos to certain types of channels, certain types of videos, and therefore results in everything else that I just talked earlier. So definitely, if you are not an animation channel, don't let your kids binge watch SpongeBob on your channel's account, because that contributes to the DNA of your channel, and that's not a good thing. Now, at the end of it all, there are two more things that he said, and this is also interesting. He did encourage people to make clips of their content. So if you have a content that is longer in its length, he encouraged to make clips that would highlight the more important parts of the video. And make it maybe a separate clip or separate video of that as well. That's something that he would wish that AI would be able to do on its own, but not yet, although Google is starting to. YouTube can't really do that just yet, so creators' help on that definitely helps, and it also binds together those highlights with the full-length videos that you're making, and therefore benefiting the suggesting algorithm. And at the end of it all, take a break to avoid burnout, and I think that was a great way of finishing that as well. We actually can attest to what he was saying in the podcast of artificial intelligence, that by doing the research, they have actually determined that after coming back, creators that have taken the the break, after coming back, they actually gain more popularity than they had before. And we can attest to you to that every time after we go on holiday, so after we come back, we have more interest in our channel, more new traffic, more views, and so on. So although first time it was quite scary, as it is for everyone, it does actually work in your favor. So do take a break. Don't get the creator burnout, because really it doesn't help neither you or your channel to grow at the end.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so there you go. This is a summarized version of what was going on the podcast. I will link all the things that we talked about after the live stream uploads, probably later on tonight or tomorrow morning. So you can go and check out all the thumbnail generators and AIs of Google and all of that, as well as the actual podcast. Go and check it out if you want to see everything in detail. We hope that we helped you not only with a summary of the new information, but also the practical tips on how you can implement those in your videos and your channel altogether, because what good of information if you can't apply it?
Definitely. Most definitely. You guys are absolutely awesome, and thank you for all you guys are doing for us and that once again, and all the push and stuff like that. And as I say, as you can see now, it's really great information, and Xenia really did a lot this afternoon, guys. Really was, she was busy putting this all together, so I think she did a fantastic job onto it.
Well, thank you so much. Teamwork here. Guys, I would prompt you to leave the comment down below under the live stream as well if you have any thoughts on that, or you have tried something, or maybe there was new information that you have never heard before. Leave the comment after the live stream. We do appreciate that.
Pixelpia, I want to address her thing though. I want to say, Pixelpia Teaching and Learning says, I have several questions. We'll take them one by one. First, when you search for keywords, etc., is it better to use incognito mode?
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we always talked about, the difference between TubeBuddy and vidIQ. We find that vidIQ doesn't provide this option. They actually search the keywords depending on what your search history is, which is not the true representation of the keywords. TubeBuddy does it in incognito mode. So yes, I would say yes.
That was my word.
Sorry.
No, you're doing good. You're on a roll tonight. No, that's good. Go for it. Exactly. I agree with her. Just as a side note, though, incognito mode, we'll get into that a little bit more some other time. There's been a couple of tests about it. We found out some interesting things about it.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as incognito as we were all hoping. What about using the keyword search tool with Google Analytics compared to TubeBuddy?
Yes, you can definitely do that. We do both.
Conjunction is what I would go with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially when there's a new theme, or we are trying to go with something completely new, like a new game or a new turn, like, pivot our channel altogether. Definitely go to that for sure. And you want to double, triple check through Google Trends, Google Analytics, TubeBuddy, Morning Fame, kind of get together all of that. Yeah. Eclectic Beard Gaming, by the way.
Yes, I see that. I
wonder if it's I don't know. Who are you?
Under the spotlight.
If you guys have any more questions right on the spot, let us know. But if not, we would definitely like to answer them in the comment section down below. So you can comment after the video gets uploaded. And at the same time, check the description for more additional information that I'm going to be adding.
The Electric Beard Gaming says, I've got 3 channels under the Electric Beard banner. There you go.
Eclectic.
Eclectic for sure. Number 2, does the AI differentiate between shared links to videos, my channel, that I make on my social media and my blog? And if you do, and if you or others do it?
Does the AI differentiate between shared links to videos?
I feel like I'm missing something.
This one and my blog? Well, it differentiates that it's shared outside, externally, or internally.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes, okay.
No matter who shares it. So outside and inside of YouTube. I hope
It means that, yes, if you share it out with other people, it's counted as shares as well as when other people are sharing it too. Mm-hmm. So it's anything that, because once you're out of the realm of YouTube, it has no connection between you and your social medias, etc. and that.
Yeah.
Would it be valuable to find a template for titles so you just change a few words?
You could.
I really truly believe. I know we got to be individualized and you got to have a look to it. But templates of any type really do make things go a lot faster. You notice like with the selfies, how I always cut them the same size, same place, they go up. Because if I didn't, that would be a nightmare every time to do. There's certain things. Now, Xenia, she does a different, but that's based because we do a different thumbnail for all these shows and stuff like that. She does also playing on them. So it's not quite the same template, but sometimes a bit of a template and then modified, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. For example, you can see the template on the shout-out wheel and the push. Like, it's about the same every time. Sometimes it changes a few words here and there, but in the reality, it is around the same template. So yes, definitely you can do that for sure. If that's the super niche that you're going with, it definitely will help specify your channel and your videos. Yeah.
Thank you for taking my selfie. No, I love that pixel. Yeah, I love that. Always look forward to seeing your picture. I have to spread them out a bit, but believe you me, it always means a lot. Always great to see yours. I really do. Every time. It's always a pleasure. I love your spirit on YouTube. We always say it's a good kind of contagious. We need your spirit to become the good kind of contagious on here. So I really love it. Trying to manipulate the YouTube system is getting very harder and harder every year, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, but you see, it's not only about manipulating system. In fact, it is not. It is about knowledge of how to dress up your videos so they can actually be suggested. Because there are tons of videos that are amazing and they don't have any views. So it has nothing to do with the content quality whatsoever.
Redemption Tech, welcome, by the way. And we usually just take it a little bit at a time. Just bear with us for a little bit. But anybody that's back in and stuff like that, usually just give us a little bit of time. But remember, because moderator here it's not a status thing. It just means we're all equals, and you're an equal with or without the blue, but just give us just a little bit of time.
Yes, dress up. Meta, thumbnails, and all of that. AUK Foraging Adventures, hello, how are you?
Miss Fuller Roller, Sierra, yes you can if you break up. If you decide to break your channel up and start a new channel, can you take the vids off your old channel and put them on a new one? Most definitely. Just make sure you take them off first, or you will get hit with a duplication, which is a community strike. And yes, Urban Explorer, I agree, of course. Good content together with the dress-up part is important, because if you have an amazing dress-up, but nobody's sharing your content and nobody's rating it as 5 stars, well, then what is good for, right? So it's a combination of it. But I do disagree with people who say, well, I'll just make good content and everything else is going to come with it, because it oftentimes doesn't. There are tons of channels that are amazing and they're just nowhere because they don't know the information of how to dress up their videos. Picture this, okay? Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. We got it all together. It's all good to go. We spent millions and millions of dollars. Just relax, folks. Don't put out a commercial. Don't put out a commercial. No, don't tell anybody about it. It's going to come. It's good. People are going to come and see it. When have you ever heard a production nobody in the history of mankind has done? Imagine you open a restaurant and you make the best sticky buns of all time. You can smell them cooking. It's bacon and rising and everything looks nice in the store, and you never put out a poster. You never tell anybody. You never get a message out on the radio. You do nothing. You just sit there with your arms crossed. Sign. Yep, no sign in the window, no nothing, just windows, and they're going to come because it's good. Exactly. That's why that mentality. One thing I have said here time and time again, all of these things are equally important, and everything in your channel and everything promoting it and everything that you make are all important. They all need to be at the same level. If you have a really crappy looking channel and fantastic looking videos, people aren't going to see your videos because they get turned off by the channel. Okay? That's the thing. If you don't promote them, nobody's going to see them. If you have a fantastic looking channel and nothing to watch on it, it's just you shaking a phone out in the backyard at a hose, well, you know where that's going to go. There's not one of them. There's always this kind of race to see which one takes precedence. They all take precedence. They all are important. One does not outdo the other. All the things that we talk here are leading to one thing, to get people on your video. And then once you get them on your video, if your video is good, people are going to watch it. There's nothing else you can do. Once they're on that video, you've done everything you can. But you have to stock the cards in as much your favor as possible. There's no way to force people to watch. Nobody can promise that they're going to get people to watch. There's nothing like that ever works. All you can do is just do as much as you can to get people over there. That's why with movies, there's all kinds of fanfare and posters. And guess what? They collaborate. Have you ever gone to a Burger King or a McDonald's when there's a big movie out and guess what every toy they're shoving down the kids' throats? There's a reason why. That's a collaboration. That's two companies come together and are helping to push each other. You're going to push this movie with these products to get more people to know about the movie, and we're going to be referencing you, so you're going to get more people in your restaurants because they're going to want to get this stuff because it's all of a sudden limited edition, all these things. That's a collaboration. It is done constantly in business, day after day after day. Think about it the next time when you listen to the radio, the next time you're in a lot, especially fast food stores and stuff like that, some bigger malls as well, mall stores as well, and that, you're going to see it happening all the time. Limited, exclusive to Target, exclusive to this store, exclusive to that store, this going. It's all about that. You know, it all plays hand in hand. Everything we do here, from tags to titles to descriptions to banners to thumbnails to tweeting it out to doing everything else that I don't have time to even mention right now, all falls under getting people to watch your videos, and they're all important. So never let one fall by the wayside. Always remember that. Do you want to collab with me? Hello, because I would love to join this panel and pick your brain. Oh my God, Jackknife Finnegan. I haven't had a panel in a long time. I think about it now and then, though, doing something like it. The problem with panels is there's too many panels going on where it's just people talking about scratching their ear and don't know what to say. And I didn't want that on our channel. That was the exact reason why. But I'm thinking about maybe trying something in the not so distant future, but I would really want something that has a true cut purpose to it. I want it to be a show the same as everything else, but I am kind of got something in as an idea right now, but we'll see where it plays. Oh, trust me, you can talk. Oh, I'm sure, man. I am definitely, without a doubt, I have no worries about it. But like back when we did interviews, that's why we didn't do any panels, because we would get like Doug Tenaple and meet this amazing guy who's worked on Earth, created Earthworm Jim and all these things. And then you get some disaster coming up. Oh, when are you going to have me on your show? Well, I got to go on this guy's panel. They couldn't even tell the difference between a panel and an interview. So it was just, we didn't even touch it at that time. We felt there was too many going on that were just wild, pointless. I'm sorry. I mean, I've been very vocal about that for a long time. Very pointless stuff. It was just yapping just to kill, to make watch time. So we just decided to stay away from panels completely. California Survival, welcome. I'm here for insight and to improve my videos. Unfortunately, we're just about to go. It's great to meet you, but hopefully we're going to put a timestamp up on this one, and hopefully you can come back and check it out. I got your channel here. I'm going to want to check it out after the live stream is over. But yeah, we'll have it up there. And if everybody can come back and leave like an on-topic comment, that makes such a difference. It really does. It really does. Well, thank you so much, Jack. Now, like I say, I haven't been thinking about something. No, you're not pointless, no, man. No. You know that's one of my husbands. You know that's not, I'm not talking about you. So.
Well, guys, click that like button and share it out. Of course, this live stream is going to be available in replay. In fact, you can actually skip right now to the beginning of the live stream if you came in late and check out what we talked about. There are some really great points, and some of them might be new for you, with direct tips and practical applications of how you can improve your video. So please check it out and share it with your friends. Even the live stream is ending.
And Jack Finnegan, we'll definitely talk. I'm laughing because you're one of the few that don't know it's one of my trigger points. So thank you very much. It felt good to get that out. It's been a while. I love you, buddy. Love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't hit that like button, please do, folks. It helps out immensely. Stay awesome, guys. Work hard. Remember, everything's important on your channel. Leave nothing to fruition. You got this. Keep getting better and better. Get in more people's faces. That's what it's all about. Have a good one. Take care, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.